Alright, what's going on, amigos? It's myself, Tosco, and Day. Yesterday, Boon tweeted out this tweet saying, "We can't wait to show you what's coming for Mortal Kombat 1 Year 2. It's going to be continuing the stories, there's going to be future fighters and big surprises. And it's going to be shown at Comic-Con, probably about 9 o'clock UK time." So, I've been thinking about this video for a little while, and I wanted to kind of share which characters I'd like to see in Kombat Pack 2. These are just going to be primarily focused on original characters, so no guest characters. I don't think I'll have enough time to do a guest character one as well, because I've got to edit this and then go out to eat. But yeah, I think we should talk about who I want in Kombat Pack 2. Even though I don't really play the game, but it would be fun to see people playing as them. So first off, we have, hailing from Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and I actually only found that he was the only character that's not been represented in MK1 already, Kabal. I think Kabal should join the roster just because I feel like he would add a change to how MK1 plays. I feel like MK1 is, when I watch it, because I don't really play it, but it's more of a game where you are fighting to get into fighting the other character. You know, you're doing a lot of moves that need range, and you're relying on your tagging partner a lot. But I feel like if you add in a character that's like got super speed other than Omni-Man, and you know, good mix-ups, good reach in jump-ins, like how he had his, I don't know what those are, like crowbar spear things in other games. I feel like he'll be a great addition, especially if he's going to be using his utility belt as well. I feel like if they added stuff like that, speed, utility belt, and his claw things, I feel like he'd be a great addition for Mortal Kombat 1 as part of the Kombat Pack. Alright, for character number 2, we have, from Mortal Kombat 4 and Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Kai. Now, Kai is, or has been, a character for me who could be expanded. When I've looked back at gameplay, even today, he seems like a very boring character. But I feel like that gives him enough to be built upon. Now, hear me out. What I mean is, like, he could be training, he could be rebuilt in this new Mortal Kombat 1 world where he's more interesting and he has something unique to him. Now, I remember seeing certain moves from him where it's like he's breakdancing and stuff, where his legs are like twirling and he's on his handstands or whatever. Build off that. Do some sort of breakdancing character that's got some sort of, I think he's got like Hadouken moves that you can fire up and fire down. So maybe combine those together and make Kai a unique character that can bring a different type of gameplay style, maybe a confusing style where it looks like he's going to do a certain move, but it actually means that he's going to do a different one. You know, and make that capoeira kind of like an Eddie style. Or, for example, his flame fireballs that he fires up and down, he could actually fire it backwards, where it would then mix up, or fire it cornerwards, where then it would kind of come from the other corner. I feel like he's got potential, and I've always wanted to kind of learn his history as a character. And I feel like from Mortal Kombat 4, there's not really that many characters that aren't already in MK1 that are already there already, but ones that stand out. And I feel like Kai has a potential to stand out, as well as being a Jax replacement. So I feel like, yeah, they need to add him just so they can show what their new creativity can be. Alright, for my second Mortal Kombat 4 representation, I have chosen Jarek. Jarek needs to come back. The reason why is because the internet. The internet has made this guy into a meme. Yeah, you must have seen his video. Let's see if it's on here.
It's over, Jarek. Shinnok is dead. The good guys won. You're coming back with me.
Never, Sonya. I agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not turn myself into the Special Forces. The Black Dragon, live on!
The Black Dragon died with Kano. You're the last one, Jarek.
Never!
Come in, Major Briggs. This is Lieutenant Sonya Blade. What?
Sonya, this is Major Briggs. Come in. Sonya, this is Jax. Are you there?
So with Jarek, as you can see, there was so many different things you can use in there. I swear down, if you go to my old videos and watch the ones of me playing MK 11 with my boy, we literally, to this day, still say never, exactly the same way Jarek says it. Yeah, and even his when he drops off the side and he does that scream, he needs to come back. I feel like MK1 is too serious. Like, it's too serious. Like, the fatalities, the gameplay, the energy of the whole story mode. It's like it's too serious. MK used to be one of them games you play and there's just so much going on that makes you laugh and makes you think, oh, like, especially if you played it back in the day when gore actually meant something. Do you get what I mean? This is like, I feel like MK4 was the last of it being funny. And we need that sort of comedy back, and Jarek defo brings that back. You can have him, you know, getting beat up. He could be the Dan Hibiki of MK1, and you can get him having beaten up and screaming and doing the mad screams that he does, and just be the joke of the Kombat Pack, but make him sick at the same time. I feel like he'd be a great addition. And he definitely needs to come back to MK1. They've got no excuse not to, basically. All right, representing for Mortal Kombat Armageddon, we have Cobra. Now, if you look at Cobra, Cobra looks like a different character, doesn't he? From another fighting game franchise. Wouldn't you think? Who does he look like? He looks like Ken. I feel like, and I need to do more research, and this is another excuse as to why I want him in the game. I want to learn who he is. As far as I know, he kind of works for the Black Dragon clan, or the rival of the Black Dragon clan. That's what's popping up in my head. But he seems to be the Shoto character of Mortal Kombat. I'm sure he does a Hadouken-like attack and a Dragon Punch, from what I remember. I hope I'm right. But yeah, I feel like this is the right time to have someone that represents a Shoto in Mortal Kombat 1's gameplay, to make it more like Marvel vs. Capcom, which it seems like they've got their influence from. Now, yeah, and I feel like that would bring a new group of characters to Mortal Kombat 1. Hadoukens, got Dragon Punches, throwing some other moves that makes him unique, make him use his blade or whatever. Sick outfits. You can make funny outfits that represents Street Fighter characters in different ways, but you can kind of obviously edit their outfits so they don't get no brand infringement, but make it funny. You know, you can Mortal Kombat it up, and I feel like this would be a great addition to MK1. Look, he's even looking like Luke unintentionally. Yeah, man, put him in the game. All right, for my Mortal Kombat Deception representation, we have Rai Cho. He needs to come back. I know he was DLC in Mortal Kombat X. Cool, that's fine. But I feel like out of the last living or known about characters, or maybe less known about characters, Rai Cho is one of the ones that does stand out. I feel like it would be fun to have him do setups where, you know, he farts and he denies an area away from a character, so maybe stops a character from doing specific moves. That's the way I played him back in the day, where it was just like, okay, I know you're going to do a rush down move that is going to close the gap between me and you, and we can't do footsies anymore. Let me do a fart, so if you go into it, I win. I feel like we need that in the game, and I feel like Rai Cho is that guy. He's also a very interesting character that has a lot to him. Maybe make him slim. Maybe make him into the. Apparently, Rai Cho is an old lady in Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know why they did that, but maybe make him into a female Rai Cho, like Rachel. I don't know, but I feel like that whole premise of him having a bad stomach and he's a drunken master would be so sick. And if they made him so swaggy and did some sick swag move, or some swag moves with the drunken master stuff, I think it would be very interesting and a great addition to Mortal Kombat 1. Heck, I would even think that people would take literally dying. I think people would take Rai Cho's far as even a cameo. So maybe that will work. Maybe he's a cameo. Who knows? But yeah, add him to the game. Alright, another Mortal Kombat Armageddon representative. And the last one from the older games that I'm going to mention is our main man with the flags, Hotaru. Hotaru is one of the characters that I feel, when I was doing the research for some of the videos for some of the characters that came out in MK1, such as Darius and Havoc, he was very important to their story. Now, I'm not going to go into those. You can go watch my shorts. Go to my shorts and go watch them. But go and see Darius and Havoc's story, and you see how important they were. Sorry, Hotaru was. Now, going based off that, I feel like they need to put him in this game just to allow him to have a different sort of energy. I've never really played him or learned him yet because I haven't had a reason to. I never really played the Armageddon or Deception games back in the day, so I don't really know his gameplay style, but I feel like the flags could mean something. The things on his back could really mean something. I know he's a general or something like that represents a specific realm. Maybe he can have setups where he can put the flags on the ground and he gets buffs, like how Kotal Khan did with his totems in, I think it was MK11. Do something similar and make it work for him as an advantage in Mortal Kombat 1. I also feel like he would just make the roster feel different. He could be the super serious character, even though I don't want the game to feel serious. He could be the super serious character that has a presence on the roster. So yeah, I think he should join just to kind of bridge the gap, especially if there's going to be more storyline to MK1. I think he should bridge the gap and bring craziness and maybe order to what's going on in the MK1 universe. Alright, for the MKX representation, I wanted to pick one of the combat kids. I wanted Jackie Briggs to be a part of it, but I feel like because she was in MK11, we can't do that again. Cassie Cage, I tried to play her, but I kind of feel like when I played her, she was a bit complicated with, I think she did that, she had to do a lot of cancels in order for her to get combos going. Obviously we just had Takeda join the roster, so we have one of the combat kids. And Kong Jin, I never really played as him back in the day either, so I don't really have a interest in him coming back. But one character that did stand out, and I'm sorry I took majority of your time away, Mr. Khan, is Kotal Khan. I feel like in Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, he really stood out as that sick character with the sword, the totems, as well as being someone in the storyline that was like, seemed like they were going to turn evil, but they were actually very neutral in that world. I feel like he needs to come back, but just be so evil, more evil than flipping Shao Kahn. He's come for Khan's head this time. He needs to come and do a madness where Khan doesn't even, like, Khan is an ant to him, and his gameplay would be so sick. Like, remember the reach that I mentioned earlier? The reach will now be bridged by him having his sword and him doing sacrifices and stuff like that, that will allow his unique gameplay to stand out in a tournament where you see somebody doing some mad combos that set up into a next thing that allows him to do something else. A cameo comes in and he's maybe doing a sacrifice on himself, cutting himself in his belly or whatever, and then, you know, praying to the god. Do you get what I mean? I feel like him as a character needs to be in this game, and I feel like he's the only other character that stands out in the 4K versions of Mortal Kombat games. Like, I feel like you could say Devora, but Devora was very boring in MK11. And there's another character we could say Collector as well, but Collector was boring as well. I don't remember Collector being played by anybody other than Sonic Fox. But for my last character, I feel like I will obviously use them as my last Mortal Kombat 4K sort of system. But I really do believe Kotal Khan should be in this game, and doing some swaggy stuff. Please put Kotal Khan in the game. I think I would love to see him. Alright, for my last representation, I know you lot are going to hate me for this, and please don't hate me, but I feel like Erron Black should be in the game, solely because we need a good zoner. Yeah, one for the beginners. And I know a lot of you lot will hate me for saying this, but we need a beginner character. I can't get into MK1 because I feel like by the time the PC version was like able to be played on the PC, which is a version that I've got, without bugs, without it glitching. It still does glitch a little bit. It was too late for me to learn the game. Everybody became so sick. I can't even play a casual Mortal Kombat game without me getting slapped up. Now, we need to bridge that gap. We need to get back the player base that left after they played the story mode. And we need someone easier to play, as simple as Erron Black. He needs to use his guns. He needs to use that rifle that he's got here. And he needs to use his pistols in order to gain an advantage. Obviously, don't be too OP. Don't upset the community. But just have him as a character that allows people to feel like they stand a chance. Because, as I said, at the moment, I don't feel like that. And I feel like, as the last representation of the Mortal Kombat 4K games, he's a great addition. Outside of the guest characters, but as I said, we're not talking about those. So, yeah, put Erron Black into the game. Yeah, I want to see him. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, watch the videos, watch my other videos, watch my old school videos on MKX, and obviously we'll celebrate if any of these come true. Who do you want in MK1 from the old roster, and maybe mention some guest characters? That'd be very interesting to know as well. All right, guys, thank you. Dos Grande out.